Welcome back to my monthly series, Pokemon Sleeper Sunday, where once a month on Sunday, I will post a video going through a bunch of sleepers, raw cards, graded cards, sealed products, and like even raw cards that are worth a ton in a PSA 10. We're going to be checking everything. But before we get started, we do have to get things to our video sponsor real quick, and that is Platinum Protectors. If you guys are in the market for any type of case, for any type of collectible, Platinum Protectors has got you covered. They have cases for action figures, comic books, diecast, Funko Pops, movie box, trading cards, and video games. They got stuff for everybody, all different price points. They even have cases for Lorcana, One Piece, Pokemon, Charizard UPCs, Japanese Pokemon booster boxes. They got it all. And two, they got the nice thick cases with the magnetic top if you want to splurge a little bit, or even the nice cheap bulk cases, where you're literally getting cases for a couple dollars a case. You cannot beat that. You can always hit the new items tab too and see what they're dropping. They're always coming out with new products. They just came out with a very nice case for the Japanese high class Pokemon booster box. And then if you use PokeBeard at checkout, you receive 10% off your order over $50 or more. Definitely check them out. All the links are in the description. But all right, let's get started. So we are checking out the Ninetales illustration rare. This card's kind of going crazy right now. It was like $10, $11. Now last sold 20. Japanese is worth 11. That's pretty good. 21, 24, 40, 20. So make sure you check your cards. If you guys own some of these cards and they are super clean, definitely get them graded, because Ninetales, sells for $200 to $275 in a PSA 10. That's pretty crazy for just a $20 illustration rare. I know $20 seems like kind of a lot for an illustration rare, but when you look at the PSA 10 prices, it's not that bad. Next, we have the Feebas from Surging Sparks. Like this card a lot. Goes with the actual Milotic. It's just gone up about 80 cents. Last sold $7.83, $7.84, $7. But in a 10, last sold $105, $100, $140, $142, $91. That's not too bad. And then again, don't just go blindly buy these cards on TCG Player, because odds are you probably won't get a 10. Try to find pictures, try to find these cards in person. Next, we have the Slowpoke from Base Set, getting very expensive for this card. Last sold 25, 25, 25, 20, 24. But this card is super hard to grade. And then, I was going to add the Drowsy, but the Drowsy is already, more expensive than the Slowpoke. But Slowpoke sold for $350 on January 9th in a 10. Very low pop, like I said, super hard to grade. Next, we have the Miss Magius. I think this is an absolutely beautiful card. I should have added this to my Christmas video. Definitely feels like a Christmas holiday vibe. Super cool though. Going up in price right now. It was $7. Now last sold $17, $12, $12, $12, $12, $10. But in a 10, it sold for $130, $100, $100, $100, $120. Not too bad. And then we have the Cleffa. Beautiful card from Obsidian Flames. This card is also going just nuts. Was $6.60. Now last sold 17, 17, 17, 18. And then in a 10, last sold 175, 150, 150, 150, 175, 150. You got to think, like, there's cards, like, let's say the Zapdos EX, which is worth $50 to like $70 raw, sells for $175 to $200 in a PSA 10. So that proves like how much these illustration rares are really getting in a 10 value-wise. Next, we have the Greavard from Base Set. Really cool card. I love all the little rugs on here. Ghastly, Gengar, and stuff. Going up in price was $3 a few months ago. Now that's sold $525, $450, $450. Model we played for $3. But in a 10, last sold $130, $125. Next, we have the Armorage. I actually really, really enjoy this card. This is one of my favorite cards in the Scarlet and Violet base set. Now last sold 10, 950, 950, 12. And in a 10, last sold $276, best offer accepted, but we did have sale here at $250. Even says low pop. I actually have a super clean one of these cards, and I'm definitely going to get graded. I'm pretty sure it'll get a 10. All right, let's check out some raw cards that I just think are undervalued. But check out this Latios XY promo. Super crazy. Was $18 a few months ago. Now last sold $25, $30, $20, $33, $25. And remember, for these little bit older cards here, you're definitely going to want to see pictures, because a lot of these cards are pretty rough since they were just promos. Next, we have the Latias. I figured I'd add some of these just because the Searching Sparks Latias is so expensive. And then not to mention the actual tag team. But this was $22. A little cartoony art, but I still enjoy it. Last sold 29, 26, 27, 25. You know, it's just so cool when they got the other Pokemon in there. It's a super adorable card. Next, in my opinion, one of the best cards to ever exist. We got the Yveltal EX alternate art promo. This card is crazy. I actually just got this card in super good condition finally. I had it probably a little more lightly played, moderately played for the longest time, but I finally got a clean copy. It was $43. Now last sold $45, $48, $50, $49. Let's see what this card was a year ago. Yeah, about the same. So super, super cool card. You know, you got the Xerneas in there too. It literally feels like it was just painted. So top tier card. Next, the Alakazam EX. Pretty much my favorite Alakazam of all time. We have the Umbreon in the background and a Lugia. You know, I want to say this again. If we got this card in a set today, it'd probably be the most expensive card in the set. And this card's definitely going up in price. Very tough to find this card in really, really good condition. But last sold 60, 67, 55, 56. But I honestly feel like these are going to be like $100 cards, maybe even $150 cards eventually. Once enough people actually get to know about them and, you know, really compare them to, you know, the Sun and Moon era, Sword and Shield, and the Scarlet and Violet era. Because they are top tier. Crazy textured with a gold border. Insane. Next, I think the Blastoise, Venusaur, and Zapdos are all underrated. I think they should all be $100 cards. And I think they will eventually be $100 cards. Next, we have the Execute illustration rare from Surging Sparks. You know, again, it goes with a pretty solid special illustration rare. And it's literally just like $4 or $5 recently sold. And we see constant illustration rares every single week shoot up to $10, $15. And I definitely could see this being one of them next. Next, we have the Phanpy. Last sold 6, 685, 7. I don't think there's anybody out there that doesn't like Phanpy. And then having the Donphan in the card also is just top tier. Next, we have the beautiful Dondozo. I think this card is crazy. And it is going up in price right now. It was $3. Now last sold 4, 6, 6, 4, 4, 975 down there. And we have the Swablu next. This card is just adorable. I like how Swablu is just trying to fit in. This card is also going up in price a little bit. It was $4.75. Now that sold 6, 6, 10, 6, 9. You know, I could see this card being a $10, $15 card, no problem. Next, the Pinsir. I'm going to keep putting Pinsir on here until it's at least $10, $15. The card definitely deserves it. And it's the same artist who did the Alolan Dugtrio, which that card is like $15. The Pinsir is going up though. It was $4.88. Last sold $6.81, $6.20, $8.89, $7. It's just such a cool card. Next, the Chansey. You know, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Gen 1 Pokemon in this, plus a Blissey. This card was $20. Got down to $8 right now and coming up again. Last sold $13.85, $11, $13, $15, $12. So it's getting back up there, but I could definitely see this card being a $20, $25, maybe even like a $30 card. All right, next we have the Yveltal from Paradox Rift. Awesome illustration rare. I think this is one of the coolest illustration rares out of all of the sets and one of the coolest Pokemon there is. You know, I could definitely see this card being, you know, a $25, $30 card, and I think it honestly deserves it. I mean, we're getting an awesome legendary, crazy art. Last sold 15, 15, 17, 16. It is going up in price right now. It was $6. But yeah, this is one of the few cards that I think it actually deserves to be up there for sure. Next, we have the Chatot. This is one of the coolest cards. I'm not 100% sure, but I think like the actual Pokemon are notes. And I want to say it's like the Pokemon theme or something like that. I cannot remember. I remember reading about it, but super, super cool, unique card. I don't really know anything about music or notes or anything, but it was just a couple dollars going up now. Last sold $4, $4.50, $3.30, $6. Yeah, it was like $2.50. All right, next we're gonna checking out some undervalued graded cards. This Arbok here sold for $60 in a PSA 10, 65, 65. And it is going up in price right now, raw. And I mean, it's already like a $10 card. Last sold $7.95, $13.42, $9.31, $8.99. I think this is a super cool card too. Plus it's Arbok. You know, we got Team Rocket coming up. You guys know Team Rocket and Arbok go hand in hand. All right, next we have the Gardevoir EX from Scarlet and Violet base set. Last sold 130 in a 10, 150, 155, 107, best offer accepted, 160, 145. But this card is going up in price right now. It's getting pretty expensive. It was $25 just a few months ago. Now last sold 60, 50, 58, 50. So, I mean, basically double the price and you're getting that 10. That is not bad. Next, we have the Tatsuguri. Last sold in a 10, $70, 75, 65, 70. And this card is also going crazy right now. This card was $9, still pretty expensive, but last sold 17, 16, 14, 16. 4 of them at $17.49. Definitely unique and one of a kind for all the illustration rares. Next, the Shen Pao. I'm going to keep putting this on this list until it reaches $100 minimum. It absolutely deserves it. It's one of the best legendaries we've gotten in a very long time. It's beautiful. But $65, 75, 65, 65, 70 for a PSA 10. Next, the Koraidon. Same thing. Last sold 61, 75, 70, 70. Then we got the Miraidon, the mascot of Scarlet and Violet. Last sold 71, 85, 90. I mean, we still even have the Iron Valiant down here in a PSA 10 sold for 75. And I feel like if any of these awesome special illustration rares for $75 or less in a 10, it's kind of a no-brainer. All right, next, we have the Iron Leaves in a 10. Last sold 120, 105, 120. I think that's one of the best arts in the set, and it's a lot cheaper than pretty much all the other cards except for Iron Boulder, I think. Next, the Glacian V-Star from Crown Zenith. Last sold 123, 118, 110, 120. Not bad, and I think that art is top tier. Again, we have the Leafeon V-Star from Crown Zenith. Last sold 136, 105, 135, 130. So, I mean, evolutions. I genuinely think the Sword and Shield era nailed the evolutions so much better than like Prismatic Evolutions. And I think a lot of these arts, you know, definitely beat Prismatic. Next, checking out some sealed products. Hop into the Pokemon Center website. Astral Radiance and Shroud of Fable are still in stock. So let's say you can't find any Prismatic Evolutions. You couldn't get any Journey Together, you know, pre-orders or anything like that. Can't find any 151. You know, not the worst products, to be honest. Like, let's say if I didn't have a bunch of Prismatic Evolution pre-orders to pay for, you know, stuff like that, I'd probably pick up a case of each one of these. You know, especially if we stop getting cases for the Pokemon Center ETBs, if they put the limit down to 2, you know, a case of this stuff would definitely move. Just slower than the rest, obviously, but still not bad products. Then we're still in Pokemon Center checking out 3-pack blisters. Brilliant Stars and Paldea Evolved just sold out. So all we have left is Astral Radiance with a Sylveon promo and an Eevee promo. Scarlet and Violet base set. And we got Paradox Rift. Temporal Forces. Yeah, that's about it. But, you know, Astral Radiance, very solid set. Booster box is getting pretty expensive. All right, next, we have 3-pack blisters on TCG Player. A lot of these are still pretty affordable. You know, just got to take a little peek. Silver Tempest is still $13.35. That booster box is well over $200. Paldea Evolved is still on here for $14.22. What else do we have? Another Paldea Evolved. Twilight Masquerade for $15.90. Brilliant Stars for $17. Let's check the next page here. Because I know a lot of people are on budgets too, and you just want to get a little something of, you know, some of these sets. So just putting a couple 3-pack blisters away is not bad. You know, they will move. They just move slower than booster boxes and ETBs and, you know, popular collection boxes. You can even get the Lost Origin 3-pack for $18.91. It's not terrible. Same price as the Vivid Voltage. Surging Sparks is $22, but you can still find that in stores. You just gotta keep checking. Chilling Rain, $22.74. Fusion Strike, $27.70 for the Espeon one. Not bad. I mean, Fusion Strike is literally $500 a box right now. So next, sleeve boosters. Same thing on TCG Player. There's a bunch available. You know, Paldea Evolve, $4.50. Silver Tempest, $5. Chilling Rain, Lost Origin, Fusion Strike. And some of these are good deals if you really think about it. Paldea Evolved, you know, at market price $4.50, times that by 36, it's like $160 or something like that. When Paldea Evolved booster box is about $200 right now. So definitely a lot of options, especially if you are on a budget. And here's the thing too, you could find people that have a ton of these that, you know, maybe have a ton of Prismatic Evolution pre-orders they have to pay for, and they're looking to sell this stuff quickly and in bulk and for a good deal. So definitely shop around, ask questions, and try to get it in bulk. All right, next. Honestly, if you guys can find celebration products for a good deal, I would probably grab them. I really think they're going to go crazy for the 30th anniversary. Here's the V Memories box with the Charizard and Sylveon. And if you think about it, we didn't really get a lot of original art for the celebration set, except some of these promos. And I mean, they're not the best promos or basic Vs, but it's still kind of like Gym Heroes cards and stuff, like, you know, Lance's Charizard V. So that's pretty cool. But this box is going up. Last sold 70, 60, 60, 60, 53, 65, 53. I have seen them available for like $50 before, just in the last couple weeks. But like I said, just keep your eye out for any celebration products that you can get close to MSRP, because they're still relatively affordable if you really think about how long Celebrations has actually been out, and it's finally moving. All right, next we have the Mythical Squishy Premium Collection. You know, a pretty unique box that I feel like a lot of people do not know about. 8 booster packs, all Sword and Shield, with 2 Evolving Skies and 3 like squishy figures. The promos are not the best, but all 3 figures, you know, they're mythical Pokemon. This was $75 a few months ago. Last sold 93, 81, 92, 81, 80. All right, next we are checking out some Sword and Shield ETBs. So the Brilliant Stars Pokemon Center ETB, market price $68. That's not a terrible grab. You know, all the Sword and Shield booster boxes are going crazy. And as we can see with Fusion Strike, once that booster box goes wild, the ETBs follow. So here's the Pokemon Center one, which was $70. Now that sold $155 for the Fusion Strike Pokemon Center ETB. Even the Fusion Strike regular ETB, market price is $94. Last sold 100, 102, 90, 102. So I feel like, you know, Brilliant Stars Pokemon Center ETB at that price is a good deal. Even the regular Lost Origin ETB, market price $58.99. So there's some room for that to grow. Even the Lost Origin Pokemon Center ETB, market price at $98. You know, not too bad. And then also Celebrations. I really feel like these boxes are going to go crazy for the 30th anniversary. I mean, they're moving up right now. I could just see this Celebrations ETB being $200 something on the 30th, and the Pokemon Center one even being a few $100s. And then I added this because I just thought it was crazy. Shining Fate's market price for their ETB is $60. It's going up in price right now. Last sold 60, 55, 65, 65, 65. That's insane. All right, next we have the Paldea Evolved regular ETB. Was $36. Now last sold 54, 54. A bunch of sales at 54. But the booster box is going crazy. The Pokemon Center ETB is hundreds of dollars. This box will move next, and it'll probably be a $100 ETB. No idea when, but sooner than later, I would assume, if the market stays like this. And we already know the Obsidian Flames one is going crazy for that promo. This is one of the best promos. Not to mention, it's one of the best sets. So, you know, I have a few of these. I wish I had the Pokemon Center ETB. I do not. But still, you know, especially if you're on a budget and just looking for a few things to buy, not too bad. All right, next, we have the Battle Styles booster box. I know a lot of people are looking to just get a couple Sword and Shield booster boxes. Again, Battle Styles is not the best set. It is probably the worst set for having like Sword and Shield alternate arts, but in like the world of Pokemon, it's an awesome set. Like, it's much better than all of the previous Sword and Shield sets before it. It's the first set with the Sword and Shield alternate arts that everybody loves, so it's history. You know, it has Urshifu, a newer Pokemon that some people, you know, when they grow up, this is going to be their favorite Pokemon. You know, they're going to come back and want to get all those original Urshifu cards. There's an Empoleon in there, which is a starter Pokemon. I mean, the set is honestly not that bad. I do think it will move slower than all of the other Sword and Shield sets, but at $140, it's not super risky. I mean, this box is cheaper than Vivid Voltage, and Vivid Voltage has one Rainbow Rare in it that's worth any money, and then, you know, a few amazing rares. I mean, this thing's even cheaper than Darkness Ablaze, and Darkness Ablaze has a $20 Charizard card in it with literally nothing else. So I definitely feel like Battle Styles is a little undervalued, and I do have a feeling it will be a $200 box pretty soon. All right, next we have the Brilliant Stars booster box. People keep asking me which Sword and Shield booster boxes I would buy in this current market, when technically I probably wouldn't buy any. I already have a good amount of all the Sword and Shield booster boxes, but we have so many awesome sets coming right now to where, you know, I got so many Prismatic Evolution pre-orders to pay for. I mean, you could still go into GameStop right now and pre-order everything for Journey Together, besides obviously Pokemon Center ETBs. So, you know, we got a lot of stack sets coming. So I'm going to put my money into that, you know, and I know I'm getting it at MSRP or cheaper. You know, I can get booster boxes between 100 to like 130 because I actually work with a few stores and know people with distributors and stuff. And, you know, I'm not getting cases upon cases, so they don't mind just, you know, selling me a few booster boxes or a case here, you know, for a decent deal because, you know, we work together and I do advertising and stuff for them. But yeah, I mean, Brilliant Stars, if you really think about Brilliant Stars, the set, it has 2 Chase Charizard cards, which is pretty crazy, a Rainbow, and basically the best Charizard card we've gotten in years. And then I think it has the best trainer gallery out of all the trainer galleries. And again, TCG Player does not show the prices on some of these products and cards because TCG Player just updated. But it says market price $280. I mean, that's still really expensive. But, I mean, compared to almost $400 for Lost Origin and $500 for Fusion Strike, it's not too bad. So I do feel like this is one of the more undervalued, like, sleeper sets in the Sword and Shield era. Just because, you know, Charizard's getting a lot of hate right now. All right, next we have Scarlet and Violet Booster Box Base Set. This is the cheapest booster box in the Scarlet and Violet era, but I love Scarlet and Violet Base Set. I mean, it's the first set ever with silver borders. It has, you know, the 2 mascots of the entire era in the set. Not to mention it has that Gardevoir, which is going absolutely crazy right now. And then if you also think about it, if you notice the most expensive illustration rares that grade, you know, crazy in a 10 that are worth hundreds of dollars, they're all from the Scarlet and Violet Base Set. Because the cards were not the best condition and they're all very hard to grade. But there are some really good ones like Slowpoke and, you know, Drowsy. That's in Scarlet and Violet Base Set. So some of the most expensive illustration rares are in this set and they're popping off right now, along with Gardevoir. So I really feel like Scarlet and Violet Base Set could be one of the most expensive booster boxes in the set one day. You know, I know it doesn't have insane chase cards for a lot of people, you know, newer Pokemon and then Gardevoir. But still, I mean, even that whole Gardevoir line, the Ralt and Kirlia, are very expensive and also grade crazy in a 10. So there is so much value actually in Scarlet and Violet Base Set if you really, really look at it. And last on the list, Scarlet and Violet Paradox Rift Booster Box. Again, I've explained this many times why I think Paradox Rift is one of the best sets. It has basically the second best illustration rares out of any Scarlet and Violet set, which Paldea Evolved has the best. And then I also think it has the best variety of special illustration rares out of any Scarlet and Violet set so far. You know, we got some awesome solid Pokemon. We don't have a bunch of weird crowns. You know, we got a couple with crowns and stuff, but a bunch of different Pokemon throughout all the different generations. Solid arts, you know, Altaria and stuff, with a mixture of some newer Pokemon. So I just feel like this is the best all-around set in the Scarlet and Violet era. Yeah, this is one of the cheaper boxes in the Scarlet and Violet era. I just feel like a lot of the cards are completely slept on. A lot of them are actually going up in price right now. I even feel like they have the best trainers. You know, they have like 3 special illustration rare trainers with actual Pokemon, which are my favorite. I just love Paradox Rift. I think it's a crazy set. They just don't have that like one insane chase card. They got the Roaring Moon, but still that card is only worth $60. That's where I feel like, you know, a lot of people don't just obsess over Paradox Rift just because they don't have that super high value chase card. And here's one thing you do have to remember. All of the Scarlet and Violet sets are pretty good. I mean, if you compare them to the rest of all generations, they pretty much come out on top. So, I mean, Shot of Fable's a little weak and Obsidian Flames is a little weak, but still, they're not bad sets. So honestly, any Scarlet and Violet booster box you get, you know, especially if you're getting it close to MSRP, is not terrible, especially in this market. But all right, that was today's Pokemon Sleeper Sunday. Let me know down below what you guys think. And if you guys like this content, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. And if you want to know when Pokemon Center ETBs come back in stock or stuff comes up for pre-order, definitely follow me on Instagram. I helped hundreds of people score Journey Together pre-orders for the Pokemon Center ETBs. And same with my YouTube membership. I actually posted there first, and that's only 99 cents a month. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you want to watch my last Pokemon Falling Friday, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.